Hi, kids. I miss you all at church. I wish we could get together, but since we can't, I thought this was the next best thing. So I'm going to have our little children's moment right here with you now. And I brought my friend Ricky Raccoon. I turned up. And so we'll get started. Hey, Ricky, how has your week been? It's been a crazy week. Tell me about it. I see. I see. I see. Good, good. Okay. So you couldn't hear what Ricky was talking about, but you did hear me, and you probably heard me say, I see. I see. And, I didn't see. I didn't see that picnic up in the tree with the Hootie the Owl that he just told me about. I didn't see him out there in my pond getting a sip of water very early in the morning. And I didn't see him in the neighbor's trash can. But I said I see because I understood. I get it. I understood in my heart. And that's what I'm here to talk about today because there's two kinds of seeing. You can see with your eyes, but also you can see things with your heart. And today's story is about a blind man. And this blind man had always been blind his whole life. He'd never seen his mom. He never saw his dad. He never saw his house or his bed or his books. He never could see anything since the day he was born. Well, he's outside in this village and Jesus comes along and Jesus offers to make him see. So he's like, of course I'd like to see. So Jesus spits on the ground, picks up some mud with his saliva and dirt, and he puts it on the blind man's eyes. And then he tells the blind man, now you go down there and you get washed up. Well, the blind man did exactly what he was told to do. And when he did that, he could see. He had been blind, and now for the first time in his life, he could see. And he was so excited. He was just beyond excited and went and told everybody. Well, before you know it, the Pharisees heard about it. The Pharisees are those rich guys in the temple, and they think they know everything. And they heard about it and called to say, bring that blind man that now can see. Bring him over here. The man comes over and they say, tell us what happened. And he told them how he had always been blind all his life. Jesus had come along, put mud on his eyelids, and he washed off and he could see. And that was pretty amazing. But you know what? The Pharisees, they weren't excited about him being able to see and somebody doing miracles. They were all up in it because he did it on the Sabbath day. Sabbath is like our Sunday. And back then you weren't allowed to work. You weren't allowed to travel. You weren't allowed to do anything on the Sabbath day except for worship and rest. So he goes to away after he tells the Pharisees this. And the Pharisees, they could see, they had eyes, they could see all their lives they had been able to see. With their hearts, they couldn't see Jesus and what he was about. All they could see was, oh, this man isn't following our laws. Well, Jesus looks up, goes and finds that blind man again, the blind man who could now see. He goes and finds him, and he says to him, do you believe in the Son of Man? And the blind man said, if he's the one who did this miracle, yeah, I believe it. And Jesus said, well, I'm the Son of Man. And from that moment on, he worshiped Jesus and he loved Jesus. and he didn't mind telling everybody about it. He saw with his heart. His heart was open to see the love of God, where those Pharisees, they didn't have open hearts. They couldn't see God's love. All they could see was, he didn't follow the law. So that's our story for today. But, I want all of you to have an open heart to see Jesus. Just like this little heart I made. And I can make you one and I can mail it to you. Maybe you have the supplies at home. Just make yourself a little heart with googly eyes on it to help remember that to have a heart that's open to see God. So this week, I'm thinking you can go outside or even inside. You can find 5 things. 5 things this week. And they are 5 things that show you the love of God. So maybe it's when your dad makes pancakes for breakfast, which is your favorite breakfast. He's showing you love. And that's how you can see God's love through your dad. Maybe your grandma calls you on Zoom this week. And you just know how much she loves you and misses being with you. And that's how you're going to see God's love. And all this is happening in your heart, even though you can't actually see some of that. But go outside too. Go out and find signs of spring. Because all the crazy stuff's going on right now, spring is still going to come. So go outside and see if you can find a flower that started to bloom already. Or look on the twigs, look on the branches. You might start seeing a little bit of green. You might see a robin who pulls a worm out of the ground. Or another bird that's digging around in your dried grass, finding things to build a nest with. All those are signs of spring, and they're signs of God's love. So go out there, find me 5 things. You can have your mom email me. You can figure out how to get in touch with me. And let me know that you did that. And I will send you this little heart to show that you want the eyes of your heart to be open. Okay, I hope I see you soon, but I'll find you here next Sunday. Take care. Bye.